The Baltimore Ravens are coming off a pretty embarrassing loss last Sunday versus the Jacksonville Jaguars, a loss that was so frustrating. Ravens QB Lamar Jackson got into it with a fan on Twitter after the game, and what he said in this tweet has caused headlines after some people felt what he said was homophobic. Before I get into it, welcome to the War Room, a channel where I discuss all things sports related. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, and let's get straight to it. Heading into Sunday's game, the Ravens were favored by 3 points over Jacksonville. At halftime, the score was 10-9, and Baltimore scored their points from 3 Justin Tucker field goals. But after another field goal in the third quarter and their first touchdown of the game early in the fourth, the Ravens had a 19-10 lead, and at that point, most people thought they'd get the job done, especially against Jacksonville, who's 3-7. But the Jags didn't give up, scoring a touchdown with 6 minutes left in the game, making the score 19-17. Then immediately got the ball back on a Gus Edwards fumble on the first play of the Ravens drive, which ended in a Jags field goal, giving them a 20-19 lead. Then Baltimore came right back and scored a touchdown just before the 2-minute warning and got the 2-point conversion to go up 7. This is where things got very interesting, because since 2000, the Jacksonville Jaguars were 0-162, down 7+ points with 2 minutes left in the game. And obviously, since I'm making this video, they're now 1-162, because in their final drive, Trevor Lawrence led them down the field, threw a touchdown, went for 2 for the lead, successfully completed the conversion, and took a 1-point lead with 14 seconds left. However, as we know, the Ravens have arguably the greatest kicker of all time with Justin Tucker, so this game was not over yet, as long as the offense could get close to field goal range. They ended up setting up for a 67-yard field goal, which would have been an NFL record trying to win the game, but Tucker's kick came up short, and the Jaguars completed the unlikely comeback for the W. Some of you watching this video probably don't know that Lamar Jackson is no stranger to Twitter, so it really wasn't that surprising to see he was tweeting after the game, but it was pretty surprising to see what he said to a fan. A fan going by Castle Will Kill on Twitter said, quote, "When someone is asking for over $250 million guaranteed like Lamar Jackson, games like this should not come down to Justin Tucker. Let Lamar walk and spend that money on a well-rounded team." Jackson then replied to that tweet by saying this, and you can pause the video and read it if you'd like, because I'm not going to read it. Jackson deleted this tweet hours after he sent it, but at that point it was beyond too late. Ravens writer for ESPN, Jamison Hensley, called out Jackson, saying that this reply was, quote, anti-gay. Head coach John Harbaugh was asked about these claims, saying, quote, "We beg guys not to get into the Twitter world right after the game, especially after a loss." Regarding Lamar Jackson, he said the tweet was out of character. Lamar tweeted at Hensley saying these claims were a defamation of character, and he's never disrespected anyone's sexuality, sexual orientation, gender, religion, or race, and that the reporter was reaching. Now, if you're new here, just know that after I give everyone's side to the story and the facts are set straight, I give my opinion regardless of the topic, and that's what I'm going to do again. Starting off with the fan's tweet, he is correct that this game shouldn't come down to Justin Tucker, but the second half of the tweet is just an overreaction. Lamar Jackson can't control things like Gus Edwards fumbling and the defense letting up 18 points in the fourth quarter alone. Lamar didn't have a bad game, as he threw for 254 yards, rushed for 89 yards, and threw a touchdown. So the fans saying the Ravens should let Lamar walk because of this one game is a ridiculous conclusion to draw. As for Lamar's response, is it unprofessional? Yes. But saying this is anti-gay is an extremely pathetic attempt on the reporter's part at trying to make a story where there isn't one. Lamar Jackson, from what I see off the field, seems like he's a pretty kind-hearted dude. He's always meeting young fans, he's gifted his offensive line Rolexes, and he's often giving opposing teams props when the Ravens lose. Overall, he's not only a likable player, but a likable guy. So insinuating that this man is now homophobic and hates gay people for this tweet, which honestly isn't that bad and low-key kind of funny, is just sad to see from Jamison Hensley. As a reporter, you have more power than you think. You control the narrative, you control the storylines, and you control how fans think most of the time. So this type of behavior needs to be called out, and reporters need to be held accountable for openly accusing players of things that can ruin their reputations and careers. But let me know what you guys think about this situation in the comments. Who's in the wrong? Like the video if you enjoyed, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and thank you for watching. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next one.